Welcome to something that I hope is going to become a new series on this channel in the future. I was starting a script for a video where I would talk about my most favorite moments in gaming and what makes them so amazing to me. But then I realized that since these moments are so special to me, all of them deserve their own little videos as well. So these will be popping up on this channel every now and then from now on. We are kicking this new series off with Dark Souls. Now, when I think about Dark Souls, countless memorable moments instantly pop into my head. The first time I got invaded, when I got cursed by the basilisks and couldn't find a cure, when I encountered my first mimic, or when the music starts playing in the start of the final fight against Gwyn, and many others. But I still remember the very moment when it clicked with me. The moment when I first remembered thinking, this game is something else, something new, something better. It might sound a bit silly, but it's something as subtle as taking one elevator ride. Let me explain. After escaping the undead asylum where the game starts in, the giant raven transports you to the Firelink Shrine. This place is quite a bit more beautiful to look at compared to the undead asylum that looked rather grim and drained out of life and color. Shades of green accompanied by the soothing but somewhat sad music makes this spot instantly memorable. From the Firelink Shrine you can wander off to a couple of different directions. You can head through the skeleton-filled graveyard down to the catacombs, you can travel down to the haunted New Londo ruins, or head uphill towards the Undead Burg. Firelink Shrine sits in the middle of all of these paths, and so it easily becomes the main hub of this world in players' minds. Most players, like me, might try different directions here until finally realizing that the most logical way to go first is towards Undead Burg, since the enemies are quite rough for a new player in the other areas you have the access to at this point of the game. So you fight through the Undead Burg while slowly learning the combat system and the ins and outs of Dark Souls gameplay. Dark Souls was my first Souls game and I went in it completely blind, so these early moments in the game were definitely also some of the hardest for me. Actually, this section with the narrow bridge and the hollows throwing firebombs at you while you try to deal with the ambush was probably the hardest moment for me in the whole series, since I was just so unfamiliar with how the game plays at that point. Today I can just breeze through it without giving it much of a thought. It's funny how things change over time. So you'll fight your way through the Undead Burg, fight the Taurus demon at the bridge, outrun the Drake's flames and will absolutely not touch its tail. You'll fight through the Armored Pig and Baldur Knights of Undead Parish, until you finally reach the church at the very end of it. The time it took me to get to this spot the first time around was definitely multiple hours, and the journey here felt like constantly wandering deeper into the unknown, with only more tougher foes appearing from behind every corner. So you find this elevator at the church, and if you're like me, you'll hesitantly step inside, already nervous of what monstrosities will await you when you'll reach wherever this elevator will take you. Wait, this looks familiar. I've been here before. Then it hits you. The familiar music and the familiar views. At this point you've grown as a player. You have faced tough challenges and ventured deeper and deeper into the unknown. But now you're back here, ready to face the challenges that felt so difficult all those hours ago. Back home after what feels like forever, and it's only the beginning. All of this happens even before you see the most vicious, the most twisted and the most majestic parts of the game that will all await for you later. But this elevator ride and how the realization after it made me feel is something I will never forget. You'll get small tastes of the game's shortcut-based level design even before this moment, by opening the gate in Undead Parish or kicking down the ladder that connects the Drake Bridge with the Undead Burg. But this shortcut here finally made the interconnected level design click for me and blew me away. And that is my favorite moment of Dark Souls. Please let me know your favorite moment from Dark Souls in the comments. Thank you for watching and take care. Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas everyone.